Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. My name is Zach, also known as Pulpy Syntax, and today I thought, well, it's tonight here. Today's been a long day, you guys. Big day at work, 11-hour shift, lots of media centers needing connecting, and my hands are a little less sore. Thanks for asking. But today I was fortunate enough to see Foodie Beauty pop up. Hooray! Her escapades for the month of October continue. Has anyone seen Anne Boleyn? It's been a week. She hasn't posted anything. I'm mildly concerned. There are whispers on the internet about her being demonetized and things are happening, but let me know. Anyway, Foodie Beauty has done a Foodie Beauty and the Beast French onion soup recipe and mukbang, and I am here for it for multiple reasons, and we'll get into it. One of them is that she's actually cooking and will show a recipe, and that really excites me. It's not a takeout mukbang. You guys, I'm really excited. So yeah, I mean, we may as well jump into it. She's sped up. Let's go. And here we go. Heads up.
Hello, Foodie Beauties. Little town,
Oh,
it's
yay.
a quiet village. Every day, like the one before. Little town, full of little people, waking up to say bonjour.
Bonjour.
Guys.
Bonjour.
Yeah, I can't sing like it.
Okay, I am partially in a good mood because I did skip ahead a little bit and watch some of this. I'm very excited. Disney excites me in a way that it probably excites most people my age. And Beauty and the Beast by no means is my favorite film. I am a little later along the Disney Renaissance into The Little Mermaid being the most impactful film. Maybe we should do a film about impactful Disney films. That might be a good idea, especially during this age of like, let's do live action remakes and make everyone real sad about it. Looking at you, Beauty and the Beast, hey. So from what I can see, she's dressed as Belle, and I'm so happy. She has a little chip on her dress, and I like this outfit makes sense. I mean, Foodie is a brunette. From what I can see with this outfit, it's clean, it's concise, it's clean. Yeah, I mean, I can see it. Like I don't wear makeup. I might have gone a little bit bigger if she's going for like a character illusion, which I'm sure she's not. It's just kind of thematic. But yeah, I'm excited.
Disney princess, but we are going to make a delicious French meal. So I'm going to make a French onion soup from Laura's Kitchen. So yes. I will leave the link to her channel.
Oh, great. So she's making another contributor's recipe. We love to see it. Maybe I'll go jump over to that YouTube channel at some time and check out their cooking.
Oh, an original recipe below. I do love her videos. I do love her recipes. I think she deserves a lot more subscribers than she does. So I'm hoping my Foodie Beauties will show her some love and try some of her recipes. I'm gonna make her French onion soup today. Is one of my favorite.
Okay, this is getting to my critical ear because we do the same thing down in Australia. So I think it's just an English speaking thing. Onion does not have a G in it. So some people say onion, and I can kind of hear Foodie saying it, like she's putting a sound to her onion. Just a pet peeve that I'll react to.
For dishes,
I can.
Childhood dishes, but into adulthood, I love it even more. So we are going to make.
Has anyone ever seen her eat French onion soup? I don't think I have.
That I think that would be perfect for the weather. It's a perfect fall comfort food, and it's so delicious. So, and it's easy to make. Her recipe is very easy to make, which is another thing that attracted me to her recipe.
Yeah,
all right, guys, and I just felt like dressing up like you know who. yours truly.
Yes.
All right, guys, so let's get to
and a blue dress. I mean, in the wide, it's not super flattering because I'm assuming that's just like a 4-way stretch. It just looks really thin. I feel like it needs like a ruffle or something up here. I don't know. Again, haven't seen Beauty and the Beast in a long while, but I can recognize this as supposed to be a Belle costume.
True, that is no Prince Charming, but there's something in him that I simply didn't see. Are you the Beast? Are you the Beast, Sam?
It's weird that I feel so happy about this, but I kind of feel like you could be an absolute like terrible content creator, and you can just put like you could just be singing Disney show tune covers, and I would be very happy.
Oh yes.
Wouldn't it have been cute if she'd gotten like a beast like waistcoat or something and put it on one of her cats? Her cats would probably hate that, but I would love it. Or Pete.
Hey guys, hey, all right, to start this recipe, you are going to melt 4 tablespoons of butter in a Dutch oven or a pot of your choice. Just make sure it's a large enough pot to fit all of the onions in.
Also, anyone going to watch this video, please let me know what this music is. I'm pretty sure it's just like a royalty-free YouTube thing, but it's reading a lot like Harry Potter. Like the overture. I'm sure it's nothing to do with that, but this soundtrack makes me think Harry Potter, not Beauty and the Beast. Both had castles though, so...
I used 3 pretty large sweet onions, and I sliced them in the half moon shape, and I'm just going to add them to the melted butter.
Beautiful.
I'm going to cover the onions. You want them to cook down and caramelize and get nice and mushy. So they're going to cook with the lid on medium heat until they're in that nice caramelized state.
I don't know. We'll see, but I don't know if caramelized is what you want to go for an onion soup, just because you lose so much moisture. Like, you probably just want them translucent and cooked through. Plus, there's a whole argument about caramelization and whether or not you're like adding elements of sugar or whether or not you're relying on the carbohydrates and fructose in vegetables to caramelize themselves. We'll see.
I have put some sliced baguette in the oven. I'm using whole wheat. You can use white if you like. And I cook them under the...
I'm seeing whole wheat in that. It's looking awful white. I don't know. I don't make a lot of baguettes. I do make sourdough at home, and it is a mix of either wholemeal or rye or mix in or white. I don't know. That doesn't look particularly wholemeal to me.
Broiler, I burnt them a little bit, but I like it that way. And we're going to rub a little bit of garlic, fresh garlic. So you take a garlic clove, you cut it in half, and you just rub it along the surface to give it some extra garlic flavor.
Yeah, I mean, I live in the country of garlic bread as like a meal. So yeah, I can see that working. I mean, in garlic, if you crush it, I guess when you cut it, it happens as well. But a lot of the times, why we crush and mince garlic is to get the allicin something reaction, which gets like that sticky kind of ness. But I'd be a fan of just like making a garlic butter and then putting that on your bread and letting the garlic butter soak into the bread, so it's not just kind of soup getting sucked up into it. But you know, whatever.
All right, so the onions are pretty much done. They've been cooking for about 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah, see, I don't see that as caramelized. That's just translucent onion. If it were caramelized, it would have browning and dehydration.
Minutes or so. And
am I just being
actually, I did something wrong here, but I was supposed to add the little bit of flour now as well, but I add it later because I forgot. But now I'm going to add some black pepper and some fresh rosemary.
Ooh, yeah. Also, top tip for anyone who's watching. Rosemary is great. If you happen to get rosemary sprigs at grocery stores, you can regrow them hydroponically. So put it in a little like jar filled with water. Change out the water every now and then when it starts to get a little bit green. Wait for the shoots to come, then plant your sprig. This is if you just can't find, a fresh clipping or or seeds. But growing rosemary at home, super simple, pretty much a weed, will forever grow regardless of how badly you treat it. And it's really useful and versatile in the kitchen if you like the flavor of rosemary. So I'm a big proponent for having your own herb garden, or whatever you can get. And we live in a very old, very small home. So yeah, we just have like pots of herbs sitting out on the stairwell in the front. We put them out on windowsills every morning. Yeah, it's fun. Fresh.
I'm now going to add the whole container of beef broth to the onions.
We don't call these things broth down under. We call it stock.
Now here's where I added the flour. I was worried it would like lump up or something, but it seemed to be okay. So, but you're supposed to add it with the onions. So yeah, all of the measurements.
Like maybe when you're adding flour to liquids, I suggest using a whisk because it helps to break any clumps rather than a flat edge or a spoon, because it'll tend to either stick to the flat edge or stick to the sides and not either dissolve or declump. But you know, whatever works for you. Experiment in your kitchen.
And everything again will be in the description on Laura's channel, so the link is in the description for that. Now we're just going to let the soup simmer as we prepare the serving bowls. Oops, I almost forgot again. Now you're also going to add the Worcestershire sauce. The
Worcestershire? Worcestershire. Australian, not British, and not from there, but I try my best.
Sauce. Laura explained that it replaces the wine that a lot of people use in this soup recipe, but you could also use apple cider vinegar if you want that bite.
Or you could use red wine.
Now I'm only going to make up one dish, one bowl, because it's only me eating it. So, but I'm probably going to freeze the rest in individual portions, and then I can just pull them out whenever I want one. So
I have some feedback on that. I generally only cook for one. So a lot of the times when I'm looking at a recipe or when I'm just making something on my own, I'll kind of weigh out everything and either divide it or take the recipe I'm trying and divide it by however many people I'm serving. I'm really not a big fan of making something and then leaving it kind of to sit in the freezer, because a lot of the times I'll forget about it and come back like 3 to 6 months later and it just won't be as good. So I feel a lot of fulfillment when I cook. And that's really helped me with my diet as well. So like, you know, even I made a chicken salad for dinner today, right? And it took me like 20 minutes. But even during that 20 minutes, it made everything feel a lot more worthwhile. Whereas if you do meal prep, there's nothing bad about it. But for me, it doesn't like put me in that here and now kind of present mindset. I think, you know, when you do take the time to prepare something nice and sit down and enjoy it, even if that does take a full hour, pardon me, it can just, yeah, I prefer it.
This is an oven-proof French onion soup dish that I recently purchased.
Sure.
And I am going to use that for the oven. So here I'm placing a baguette. I'm going to try to fit 2 or 3 in there.
Also, I can't remember the last time. I think I've only made French onion soup once. I feel like that had red wine and red onions in it. So take everything I'm saying with a pinch of salt.
Actually, I end up putting 3 because this is my supper. So, and I'm really hungry. Yummy. Now we're going to just put a nice layer, generous layer of the shredded cheese. I'm using, I put the camera down so that I can work this, but I'm using shredded Gouda, mild Gouda. Ideally, I would have used a Gruyere, but you can use literally any cheese that melts well.
Okay, I have a little bit of an issue with that. Because you're using, I mean, I guess you could argue it's a similar cheese. But Gruyere and Gouda are from different places, and you're making a French onion soup. I would argue that you should go out of your way to get a French cheese. Yeah.
Of your choice.
Gruyere
so now it's ready to go in the broiler for about 5 minutes or so. Being a Disney princess sucks. You know, like, I'm a sweaty Disney princess, labor-breathing Disney princess, because I was cooking. So Imagine being from your little town in Paris and having to...
Paris is a city. Can't be from a town in a city. Come on now.
Like, I don't know, walk around the whole town, fetching your bread, making this and that.
Yeah, imagine what a hard, challenging life these Disney princesses have led, walking around town and picking up bread and things.
Your goats, looking after your loony bin father. I don't know. I want to say this video is not for children, okay? So if you're young and you think, ooh, Belle.
Also, does Belle just like go to the bakery and pick up bread? Or does she make it at home? She would have been making it at home, surely. I mean, was a bakery a thing? I don't know.
No.
Let me know.
Run along, okay? If you want to save your virginal image of Belle and not look at Gaston in an appropriate way, move along.
What is going to be in this video?
French onion soup, because I'm starting to feel the change in weather. And like I said, my tonsils have been kind of bugging me. So what better than comfort food, French onion soup? It's always been my favorite. I love ordering it when I go to a restaurant. It's divine. So let's open this up.
Did she have it at that restaurant? Maybe she... No, she did. She did.
Ow.
Yeah, careful.
Well, that's hot.
Hot pot.
Don't do that! Yeah, look at the cheese baked on. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, and I have some pickles, which I want to have right now.
It's like a big pot of melted cheese. We know it's not.
I'm extremely hungry.
I have issues with the pickles. Why do pickled goods need to be with everything? I don't get it. I just don't... Is it the sweetness in them? Because obviously they're in a brine with salt and sugar. So is it like that element that always needs to happen with every meal? I don't know. And also, like, pickles aren't inherently French. You could have at least done, I don't know, an hors d'oeuvre or something. Like, you could have done something. Like a gherkin something. I don't know. Just how sad is picking out slices of pickle when you've just spent this time making this beautiful soup. It just, I don't know. I don't know. Rah, rah. Yeah, not for me, but thank you.
This looks amazing.
The spoon, the serving spoon.
My spoon. It's the beast's hair. You were getting.
Or
it's. Well, I won't say.
It's Belle-like. It's Belle-ish. It's at least the right color. Just eat it, please.
Oui, 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 mon chéri.
Oh, I love the theories that she doesn't actually speak French. Because this would be the perfect example for her to, like, say, oh, look at this beautiful, French onion soup and give us a little bit of French flair. But she chooses not to. So I guess that theory just continues.
Oh, smells good. The rosemary.
She enjoys it. It's good.
The aromatic garlic on the bread. Laura's Kitchen. I'm coming to live with you. Oh, seriously. You can be my new mom. You can cook.
Spoon.
Wow. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I mean, it's not worth crying over.
Oh.
It doesn't.
Comfort food at its finest.
Seem like a very complex recipe, and I'm saying, like, simple food can absolutely be head and shoulders above anything more complex, because food is about taste, and taste is subjective. But calm down.
I used a Gouda. My grocery store didn't have Gruyere.
Yes, you mentioned, please.
This is going to be hot, so I'm going to let it.
What is going on? Is she catching herself? I mean, I know I've been called out quite a lot for, like, looking off to my viewfinder or off to my screen on the right. But, like, I'm not doing it because because of that reason, whatever that was. I do it because I think I look the fool half the time and want to make sure I'm like actually in frame because I've been doing this for all of a couple of weeks. Okay, I mean she's wearing eyelashes, which is great, and her eye makeup is there, which is great, and I quite like this outfit. It's doing its job telling me it is a costume from Party City, and it's Belle. Great.
There must be more than this provincial life. You know that song? I'm gonna have that in my head forever.
Hot take, what's the best song from Beauty and the Beast? I mean, Be Our Guest is pretty iconic. Oh, that would have been a great song to do here. Oh, she could have been Mrs. Potts. She could have just had like... That's a bit rude. Man, I need to go find a Mrs. Potts like outfit because that would have been great. Yeah, I don't think the opening song is the best. I think it's the most memorable because it's Belle's song. But like Beauty and the Beast is like the iconic titular number.
I want adventure in the great wide runner. I want it more than I can tell.
It's the Great White Somewhere,
For once
right?
it might be grand. My tonsils are sore, so it's even worse today for singing.
That's fine. I mean, like, I enjoy this, and like, this entertains me. Would I watch a full Foodie Beauty and the Beast sing-along? Absolutely. Absolutely. As long as if she had like karaoke subtitles along it, I would be so happy. Man, that's some content there. Yes.
Delicious. Absolutely delicious.
Do you say how happy Disney it's just infectious. Also problematic and a total monopoly and a really like sketchy business everything, but like, I don't know, childlike wonder, you know.
This is all I'm having today, guys, is food that helps my immune system. I'm taking those immunity gummies, zinc, elderberry, echinacea, and having an orange day, having a little glass of apple cider.
Is that vitamin C?
It is very high in sugar. No junk today at all.
Okay.
Just real food.
But why?
Onions are really good for the immune system. Garlic too.
Something's gone on with her needing to bolster her immune system, which is fine. I mean, people do it all the time. I take like 4 pills in the morning. Most of them vitamin supplements / multivites. But like, why? Is it because of her tonsils? Is that the storyline that we're given here?
Fermented food, pickles.
Because the immune system is like it's in the name, like, and bolstering your immune system. Yes, it's a good thing, but But for what reason? Because if you're already sick, bolstering your immune system, I'm sure it can't hurt, but I don't know how much it'll help. Like pre-existing.
Crap, I'd be dying and I need to eat pickles. Okay, so
yeah, I don't
now, Beauty and the Beast is the kind of Disney era I grew up with, and I love the Disney princesses. My favorite is probably in order. Gosh, I don't even know. Probably Cinderella. That was like my favorite.
It's a pretty boring favorite. We're gonna rate the princesses and not the movies. My favorite is Ariel, because The Little Mermaid was like right at my sweet spot. Like, I think I was like 5 or 6, 4, 5, 6, maybe. Like, quite young child. Definitely left an impact. Yeah, Beauty and the Beast was like the year or two before me, so like I hit that sweet spot right in the Disney Renaissance. But yeah, I understand like Beauty and the Beast is probably a better film. I just had a lot more attachment to Little Mermaid and Aladdin. So Ariel and Jasmine.
Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, I love that.
Oh, that's a bit older, yeah.
But I was always mad that she needed a prince, a man to come. Look at this cheese.
What was that conversational, like, just just a dead end. It's like, oh God, yeah, let me tell you all about the issues in storytelling about a princess needing a man, and oh look, cheese. No. Cheese is good.
Bowl.
Do you want to go back to...
That's the money shot when you're a YouTuber.
Want to go back to the problems about Sleeping Beauty? And her needing a man? Because
I want to also thank you guys for 80,000 subscribers. Some of you have told me that I've reached 80,000 subscribers, so I went and checked, and sure enough, just barely, but...
That's great. Yeah.
Welcome any newbies. Thank you to my OGs. Should have made 2 of these. No, one will be good for now. I'm going to probably freeze individual portions of the soup because I'm the only one who eats it here.
It's just not going to be
good to just have on hand or in the fridge. Can have a good lunch with like a salad.
Yeah. Like the texture
not really
of the onion.
Like eating salad today for some reason.
Okay, well, good thing you're eating. Look, don't talk about the food that you have or have not eaten when you have food in front of you. It's a problem for me.
Hot.
Could you tell us why it's French?
Just some soups, some mushy things, lots of juices. Well, not lots of juices, but lots of water, some juice, and yeah.
Oh, pickles.
I was looking up like recipes from Beauty and the Beast, and they were just like weird and like look complicated to do. And plus, like I said, I really wanted to make French onion soup. And when I seen Laura's Kitchen make it, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta do that. So I ordered myself some of these dishes. And my grandmother used to have these dishes when I was a kid, and she used to make it.
Okay. I don't think those pots will get a lot of use, but...
But she told me that she used to make it like, with just like a can and then put cheese and bread on it. But I loved it back then, so...
How? French onion soup in a can? Seems a bit bizarre.
Cheesy.
This spoon really gets me because it's just so obnoxious.
She has a lot of other good recipes. Just look like one of those people, like kind of like Chef Tovia or Simply Sarah, who just look like they just have a knack for cooking. Like no matter what it is, you know.
How do you look? I mean, like, how do you look like you have a knack for cooking? I guess there are 2 ways. Like, you could be wearing a chef hat or a uniform. Is she talking about like that kind of like grandmotherly vibe, I suppose? I mean, like, there's a lot to say about older generations kind of reinforcing the skills of the home versus the convenience of today, which is certainly a thing that happens. I look back on my family, and the majority of my great or grand parental line all know, you know, either mechanical or home-based skills. Maybe she just means her grandma looks like a grandma.
I'm good at like replicating recipes sometimes, but
yeah, she's a good cook. Foodie's a great cook. I'm here for all of this cooking.
I want some of this crispy cheese. So yeah, Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
Now, I must have been a perverted kid because I used to always like think like Belle was such a snob. Like just make out with Gaston. Like seriously, the guy's buff, the guy's hot. He's a total dickhead. But
how old was Foodie Beauty when she was thinking these thoughts? Because I understand she's a bit older than me, and I guess that would make sense. But like, even at my youngest, I don't think I ever thought, let me analyze the potential relationship between 2 Disney characters. Because now, as a jaded adult, I can look back on something like The Little Mermaid, which is a fond memory in childhood, and I can say, well, Ariel kind of reads like she's throwing her life away for some man that she doesn't know, and that doesn't make a lot of sense. But like, as a child, I'm not thinking that. And as a child, I don't know if I thought, Belle's kind of a snob because she just wants to do her own thing. She should really just like shack up with this like hunter guy who seems like a bit of a villain. No, never. No, didn't occur to me. Uh-huh.
Cheese. Probably, I don't know. You know, if you're into alpha males.
It's a film aimed at children. Like, we can absolutely enjoy it in two frames, right? We can enjoy it from the frame of nostalgia where we have a connection to our childhood self or experiences and say, hey, that form of media is bringing back all of these memories. And it's not just media, it's any kind of situation that you can be in. They can derive nostalgic feelings or thoughts, and you can be like, oh, I can analyze these, or I can just enjoy them for what they are. And that's all fine. But like, really, man? Like, we don't... There are enough perspectives on kids' films and Disney films out there. You don't need it from this French onion soup mukbang. I don't think.
Whatever that even means. Which I'm usually not. Hey, Gaston's your guy, I guess. I don't like how they're mean to Maurice, like, in the movie. I feel bad for the dad. Like, abuse the elderly much? You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's a story. It's an animated story. No one had to live that experience. Well, you know, depending on how true the story is.
Right. Disney princess voice. Sheesh, I say sheesh. Oh, I'm done.
She just needs to commit to the bit, right? Like, don't backtrack on trying to be funny. Like, everybody appreciates it. It's great. But like, Belle never really sang. Oh, did she sing the birds? Maybe
caramelized onions, yum. So good.
So good.
And so easy, you know?
Yeah.
I've always wanted to have my own dishes like this. Now I'll have to soak it to get that crusted cheese off.
Well, yeah. I mean, you could just ease up on that for the next bake and not worry about it so much. When do you think we're going to see this pot again?
Is rubbing that fresh garlic on the baguettes. The toast, the scratchy surface of the toast, is abrasive, so it kind of grates the garlic juice on.
Yep, got it.
And it makes everything so aromatic in the soup. Yeah. And then you just get like a hint of it when you taste the bread.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just a really big fan of garlic, so chuck it all in. How can you tell me about the finer aromatics of your dish when you are literally just stuffing your olfactory with the sense of pickle? It's like she can't be using it as a palate cleanser because it's just sugar and salt. Like, it's just bang.
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
Oh yes. Yes. So guys,
such change. So. Just trying to get cheese or bread or.
Come on.
There it is, bread.
It's nice seeing you guys every single day.
What? Does she mean videoing every day? Didn't she video
the crispy cheese. I'm gonna eat it all. What's my favorite part?
You've spoken about fingers. No. You know what you can do? You can just go take some grated cheese, chuck it on an oven tray, throw it in the oven and let it crisp up, and eat those as like little wraps or crispy bites or replacements for crackers or whatever. Which would be great to use your fingers for. Not picking cheese off a pot.
So anyways,
goddamn.
Did you guys see the live action remake of Beauty and the Beast?
No. So I I saw the trailer and then I started seeing the reviews and then people were complaining about the songs and I was like, the only reason why I really watch Disney films is for the music. So, and like the original animation was obviously appealing as a child and very impressive as an adult. But now if I ever watch a Disney film, it's usually for the music. I'm not really all that invested in the stories. This is a freeze frame.
It was pretty much the same as the cartoon, you know?
Yeah, just with more CG and more disappointing. My understanding.
I thought this costume was so cute from Torrid. Has Chip on it, the little cup.
Does have Chip. A better outfit would have been a Mrs. Potts.
My favorite isn't Chip though. My favorite is probably Lumiere.
Why? Lumiere is anyone's favorite. Like Cogsworth is funnier, I think. Lumiere, I mean, yeah, I guess there's a charm and charisma to him. I guess. And he does sing Be Our Guest, which is again an impressive performance.
Hilarious.
Is he funny? Is he inherently funny?
He's basically like
French
French man stereotype. Like romantic lover, oui.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Weren't they all kind of French? I don't know. More no. Mrs. Potts was British. Cogsworth?
It is filling.
British?
The baguette probably does that. And the cheese, wad of cheese.
Yeah, I mean, that was a big
There's a lot of onions in there too.
Soup, so.
I feel good after eating that.
Okay,
very good.
Right.
With the spicy pickles. Oh yeah. Thanks for watching me pig out on that. Princess style.
You're welcome.
Alright guys.
Got anything else? No, just picking off more cheese. Alright. You could have cut this.
Luckily for Pete, there's a ton of Thanksgiving leftovers that he can enjoy.
Great.
Alright guys, this was so much fun. And I just wanted to dress up. Sometimes I'll just be wearing like costumes or dressing up. It's not always going to be just like a themed video. But
this is wonderfully themed. She's got a green screen up. She's in an outfit. I mean, we'll talk about the fashion of it for a moment. I think that this costume could have been much more improved without the little chip iron on. Because if you didn't have that, you could actually use this for things other than a Belle costume. So does Chip ever sit in Belle's front pocket? Because that's what's gone on here. I don't know. Whether or not it's costume, fashion, whatever, it doesn't really matter. But that's just my 2 cents. Pardon me.
I love this dress. It's pretty. It's cute. So, anyways, guys. Cute little lid here. I love these pots. Alright, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Au revoir.
Bye. Okay, so that was Foodie Beauties. She didn't label it what day it was. I don't know, is that day 11? No, 13 maybe? Of Miss Foodie Beauty, Miss Chantal Marie and her Vlogtober. That was great, man. Look, if anyone can let Chantal know for me, I would be so happy if she did Disney sing-alongs, or even just incorporated any of them into anything. Because I don't really appreciate her music, but I think everyone could appreciate like a Disney show tune, or any show tune. Maybe it's just me, actually. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching through to here. If you did, I very much appreciate it. I know yesterday I mentioned that I was a little bit anxious about some news that we received. Our household received because of COVID. Everything's fine. We got given the all clear. So that's good. And yeah, that's everything for me. So thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.